Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the rectangular components of a given vector. The last period we have studied if there is any general vector A, how to resolve that vector into its x component and y component. If that vector A is taken on x axis and y axis, how to resolve that vector A into its rectangular components. For example, suppose vector A is on xy plane. This is x axis and this is y axis as we have seen yesterday. If you draw perpendicular from P to x axis, then PQ becomes the corresponding y component, that is AY, and OQ becomes the corresponding x component. So x component is represented by AX and y component is represented by AY. These are respectively called as x component of vector A, y component of vector A. Okay. Let A be any general vector, then in terms of x component and y component, that vector can be written as vector A is equal to AXI plus AYJ cap. AXI cap plus AYJ cap, where I cap and J cap are the unit vectors along x axis and y axis respectively, as we have studied yesterday. So vector A is equal to AXI plus AYJ. Now let us consider that vector A is subtending an angle theta with x axis. If theta is the angle subtended by vector A with x axis, then how to find out the x component and y component in terms of angle theta? How to find out the values of x component and y component, in terms of this angle theta and magnitude of the vector A. So now consider this right angle triangle. I think you can see the right angle triangle here, OPQ. This is the perpendicular. So from this right angle triangle OPQ, we can write what is cos theta. Cosine of angle theta, cos theta is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent is OQ and hypotenuse is OP. So it becomes OQ by OP, that's equal to AX by A. AX is the x component which we want to find out, and A, if you just simply write A, that is the magnitude of vector A. It is the magnitude of vector A. Then take this A to the left hand side, thus we get AX is equal to A cos theta. AX is equal to A cos theta. Let us call this equation 1. That's how I find out value of x component of given vector A in terms of the angle subtended by the vector theta and the magnitude of the vector A. Okay, fine. Now similarly, if we find out sine angle theta, sine of angle theta, sine theta is equal to the opposite by hypotenuse. The opposite is QP, the hypotenuse is OP. QP by OP. So QP by OP gives us AY by A. AY by A. Opposite is AY and the hypotenuse is magnitude of A. AY by A. Thus AY gives us, AY is equal to A sin theta. Thus we get AY equal to A sin theta. Call this equation 1 and this equation as 2. Now let us find the relation between the magnitude of A and the x component of A and y component of A. How to find out? Let us see these equations 1 and 2. Squaring and adding equation 1 and 2. Squaring and adding equation 1 and 2. Squaring and adding left hand side by left hand side. Squaring and adding right hand side with right hand side. AX square plus AY square. AX square plus AY square is equal to A square square theta plus a square sin square theta. A square sin square theta. Now a square is common. Take out a square common. You are left with cos square theta plus sin square theta. Cos square theta plus sin square theta. What is the value of cos square theta plus sin square theta? It is 1. You must have learned in the trigonometry. Cos square theta plus sin square theta gives us 1. Thus, in the next step we get ax square plus ay square is equal to a square multiplied by 1. That's nothing but ax square plus ay square is equal to a square. Thus, we want the magnitude of a. Taking square root on both sides, we get magnitude of a is equal to square root of ax square plus ay square. This is how we find out the magnitude of vector a. Square root of ax square and ay square. Sum of them. Okay. This gives us magnitude. A vector is described. A vector is described both by magnitude and direction. Now, once we find out magnitude, now we have to find out direction. How to find out direction? Again, consider the right angle triangle OPQ. Direction of vector A. Consider the right angle triangle OPQ. Next, use again the same equations 1 and 2. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Look at this. You will get ay by ax. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1, we get ay by ax equal to a sin theta by a cos theta. A sin theta by a cos theta. A cancels. So you are left with tan theta. So tan theta is equal to ay by ax. Tan theta is equal to ay by ax. So opposite by adjacent gives us tangent of the angle theta. So tan theta equal to ay by ax implies theta is equal to tan inverse of ay by ax. This is called inverse function. You are going to learn all these trigonometrical functions and inverse functions in trigonometry, in mathematics in detail. Okay. Thus we can find out the angle theta. That is the direction of vector A. The direction of vector A with respect to x component. With respect to x component, direction of vector A with respect to x component, tan theta equal to ay by ax. Therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse of ay by ax. Tan inverse of ay by ax. So this is how we find out direction by an angle theta and magnitude by square root of ax square plus ay square. Now let us quickly look at an example. Once you understand this, we will solve an example based on this. Look at this. Rain falls vertically. Rain is falling vertically with a speed of 35 meter per second. Rain falls vertically with a speed of 35 meter per second. Wind starts blowing with a speed of 12 meter per second from east to west. When rain is falling vertically downwards, wind starts blowing towards east from west. Towards east from west. Wind starts blowing towards west from east. Okay, it is towards west from east according to the diagram. Towards west from east. Okay. Wind starts blowing with 12 meters per second from west to east. From east to west, it was correct. Okay. Diagram. Just refer the diagram. It is from east to west. So wind is blowing from east to west with 12 meters per second. Fine. Okay. In which direction should a boy waiting at a bus stop hold his umbrella? If he is holding his umbrella, now he cannot hold his umbrella vertically because the rain is blowing from west, from east to west. So he has to tilt his umbrella. In which direction should the boy hold his umbrella to protect himself from the falling rain? So this is the wind direction map, east to west, north to south. Okay, fine. Now this is the vector diagram. Look at the vector diagram. The rain is falling vertically down. It is shown by VR vector, and wind is going towards west. The wind is going towards west with 12 meters per second. It is shown by VW vector. This is the vector diagram. VR vector, VW vector. This is 12 meters per second, and this is 35 meters per second. Okay. Now, if a boy is standing, in which direction he should hold his umbrella with respect to vertical line? You can find. So, if you construct a rectangle by parallelogram law, we have studied yesterday parallelogram method to find out the resultant. First, we have to find out the resultant of these two vectors, VR vector and VW vector. So, to find out the VR vector and VW vector, look at this diagram carefully. If this is a common point, see, these vectors are originating from common point, so we have to apply parallelogram law. So construct a parallelogram. If these are the vertically downward vector, draw a parallel vector vertically downward of the same magnitude, same direction, that becomes VR vector, and then draw a parallel vector VW. You can see here VW in this direction. So this becomes VW. Then again, once you draw the parallel vector VW, VR vector, then join from the tail to the head, point of coincidence of all the heads, from the point of coincidence of all the tails. So when you draw this resultant, this becomes the resultant velocity vector. Resultant velocity vector P. This resultant velocity vector is a vector sum of VR vector and VW vector. VR vector and VW vector. Now, the question is just to find out the angle theta. Therefore, tan theta is equal to, we know tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. So in this case, if this is the angle theta with respect to vertical, so this is same as this angle theta, both are equal. Therefore, tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite is VW, adjacent is VR. Thus it becomes 12 by 35. PW by VR is equal to 12 by 35. So if you simplify, we get tan theta equal to 0.343. After simplification, it becomes a fraction. In decimal, it becomes 0.343. So therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse of 0.343. For example, tan inverse of 45. Tan inverse of tan 45 is 1. You all know that tan of 45 degree is 1. So tan inverse of 1 is 45 degree. It is in that sense. So tan inverse of 0.343 will be definitely less than 45 degree, because tan inverse of 1 is 45 degree. Tan inverse of 0.343 is less than 45 degree. So if you refer the table, you will be given with a table, just like logarithm table, anti-logarithm table. You will be also provided with natural sines, natural cosines and natural tangents table. So using that natural tangents, using that table of natural tangents, we can find out the corresponding value of tan inverse of 0.343, which is equal to 19 degree. You can verify this using your scientific calculator. If you just open the scientific calculator and if you tap this tan inverse, and in front of it if you just type 0.343, you will get 19 degree. That's how you can verify with the table value with calculated that is calculated value. So this is how one can solve the problem of finding the angle of a resultant vector. Angle of resultant vector. Okay. Now in the next slide, in the next presentation, we are going to find out the magnitude and direction of resultant vector. Now let us learn how to find out the magnitude and direction of resultant when two vectors are given. Two vectors A and B are given. Suppose A and B are two vectors with an angle theta between them. If vector A and vector B are the given vectors, co-initial vectors, you can say. If theta is the angle between them, then you are asked to find the magnitude and direction of the resultant vector. We know how to find out the resultant vector using parallelogram method. Now, in this question, you are asked to find out the magnitude of a resultant vector, how much it is, and what is its direction alpha. Direction alpha. Now, to find out that, first draw the diagram. A vector, B vector in two different directions with theta as the angle between them. Then, using method of parallelogram law, using law of parallelogram, you draw parallel vectors. Draw OP vector, QS vector. Draw OP parallel vector as QS. QS parallel to OP. Then draw PS vector parallel to OQ vector. Draw PS vector parallel to OQ vector. So this becomes parallelogram. Now, once you draw the parallelogram, we know how to find out the resultant. Join from the point of origin, that is from the co-initial point to the point where all the heads meet. Join this. This becomes the resultant vector as we know. Now our task is to find out the magnitude of resultant vector and its direction. Now given OP is vector A, OQ is vector B, theta is the angle between vector A and vector B. Using parallelogram method, we get the resultant vector R, which is nothing but OS, which we have just now constructed. OS vector is equal to OP vector plus PS vector. Vector R is equal to vector A plus vector B. Vector A plus vector B, because this is parallel vector. Okay. Now this is the previous knowledge. Now how to find out the magnitude of this R? How to find out the magnitude of this R? Construct. Draw SN perpendicular to OP. SN perpendicular to OP extended. SN perpendicular to OP extended. Then construct this right angle triangle. Complete this right angle triangle. Now using this right angle triangle OSN, using this right angle triangle OSN, OS square is equal to ON square plus NS square. OS square is equal to ON square plus NS square. Pythagoras theorem. OS square is equal to ON square plus NS square. Okay. Then what is ON from the diagram? ON is equal to OP plus PN. Just substitute it. ON square is equal to OP plus PN whole square. OP plus PN whole square. Next, NS square as it is. Call this equation number 1. Now we know what is OP out of it. OP is magnitude of vector A, that is length of vector A, that is nothing but A itself. So I can substitute this OP as A. But what about PN and what about NS? We don't know these values. So to find out these values, we take the right angle triangle PSN. Now look at this right angle triangle PSN. From this right angle triangle PSN, using right angle triangle PSL. Cos theta. What is cos theta? Look at the triangle. Adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is PN, hypotenuse is PS. We want to find out PN. Therefore, cos theta is equal to PN by B. Thus, PN is equal to B cos theta. Thus, we got the value PN. PN is equal to B cos theta. In terms of magnitude of B and angle theta, we got PN is equal to B cos theta. Now, what is PN? Next question. So, again refer the same right angle triangle PSN. Same right angle triangle PSN. Again, now you take sine of angle theta. Sine theta is equal to opposite NS by the hypotenuse PS. Hypotenuse PS is B. Therefore, NS by B. NS by B. NS by B. Therefore, we want to find out NS. Therefore, NS is equal to B sine theta. NS is equal to B sine theta. So we got PN equal to B cos theta. You have to substitute PN value here. And we got NS equal to B sine theta. You have to substitute this value here. And after simplification, we are going to get the complete equation for resultant. So substituting the values from equation 3 and equation 2, using equation 3 and equation 2, substituting these values in equation 1, substituting equation 2 and 3 in equation 1. Subsequently we get OP as A plus B cos theta whole square, A plus B cos theta whole square, and NS is B sin theta. B sin theta whole square becomes B square sin square theta. So A plus B cos theta whole square plus B square sin square theta. Simplify this. A square plus 2AB cos theta plus B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta. So, you know, in these two terms, B square is common. So, if you take out B square common, it becomes cos square theta plus sin square theta. That's how I have written here. A square plus B square common, cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta. 2AB cos theta. So, next step it becomes simple. R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. We want the magnitude of resultant. Taking square root of both sides. So, we get square root of R square as R. Magnitude of resultant vector R. Vector R is equal to magnitude of vector R. That is simply R is equal to square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. In trigonometry, you are going to learn that this is called as law of cosines. So, this law of cosines helps us to find out the magnitude of resultant. Similarly, how to find out direction? To find out direction, again we make use of that original right angle triangle OSN, which we have constructed. Again, we are considering the right angle triangle OSN. In this, alpha is the angle. Look at the diagram. Alpha is the angle subtended by vector R with vector A. Alpha is the angle wherein the vector R is subtending an angle with vector A. So tan alpha, using the same right angle triangle OSN, tan alpha is equal to opposite NS by ON. So NS already we have found out from equation 3. From equation 3 already we have found out NS. NS is equal to B sin theta, and ON, as we know earlier, ON is equal to OP plus PN. Same, ON is equal to OP plus PN. In this, OP is A, and PN also we have found out using this equation. PN is equal to, yes, B cos theta. B cos theta. So thus we get in the numerator B sin theta, in the denominator A plus B cos theta. Therefore, finally we get tan alpha equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. This gives us the direction of vector R with respect to the vector A. Alpha is the angle made by the vector R with respect to vector A. So these two equations, equation for resultant, magnitude of resultant, and equation for direction of resultant, completely describe a given vector. So in the next video we are going to solve the problems based on this. Thank you.